First of all, I guess congratulations. It comes official today. Just your thoughts on multi-year deal here with the Kings and how happy you're to be back and this behind you.
I'm extremely happy. Myself, my family, we're very happy to be back. First of all, we love the city. We love the people in the city. From day one, everybody has just welcomed us with open arms, and the fans, how knowledgeable they are, but more importantly, how passionate they are about the team. It's second to none, and so that's exciting. But on top of that, obviously, working with Monty and Wes, having Matina, Vivek there, just the type of people that are a part of the program, my coaches, the players, the staff, from everybody behind the scenes, from Melanie Stock, get a little shout out, Midge, get a little shout out, but from everybody, everybody's striving for one goal. They're great people and a lot of fun to be around. So I feel lucky, blessed, fortunate, all of the above, to be able to sign a long-term deal with these guys, to be able to be here and try to make something special happen for the city of Sacramento.
I imagine you were confident that it would get done. Was there some tense moments?
That's part of negotiations, there's back and forth, and when you have two sides that are willing to find a common ground, you're going to get that every once in a while. So it's done. I'm excited about it. I feel they're excited about it too. So we're looking forward to having some good things happen here in Sacramento.
Did it put a weight off your shoulders too, as you kind of go forward, knowing that it's not something that trickles into the season and you can really kind of focus on getting this team better?
Yeah, I've been around a long time, and if it didn't get done, there'd be disappointment probably on both sides. But at the end of the day, we were able to find that common ground and get something hashed out. So now it's not a distraction, which it would have been a little bit more of that than necessarily a weight on my shoulder. It was just a distraction for everybody, because you would constantly be asking me about it and asking the players about it and all that other stuff. So it's good that's not there anymore.
Lindsay getting that job in LA, Jordy and Dolkey's already moving on. Just what does it mean to you to see so many people within your staff get promoted?
It's a dream on one hand, a little bit of a nightmare on the other, and I'd rather take the dream part though, because that's what this is all about. I was obviously once an intern, I was once a video coordinator, I was once a player development guy, I was once an assistant coach, and you want opportunities to grow, and you want to be around hopefully good organizations to be able to get the opportunity, if not within the organization, at least with another organization. And so it speaks volumes of what we're trying to accomplish as a staff, an organization, a team, that we've had so many of our people get interviewed for not just situations within the organization, because I moved a lot of guys up, or a lot of people up, but even outside the organization. So I'm thrilled for her. It's a great move. She's going to bring a lot to the table for the Lakers. Hopefully none of our secrets, because we've done okay against those guys in the past, but I couldn't be more ecstatic for Lindsay.
What's the process like for filling some of those roles now that there is openings, and where are you kind of at with that?
Yeah, it's the nightmarish part is, having to try to interview people, to vet people, to find out which direction you want to go and what you need to fill the void left by others. And so I'm a pretty, slow guy when it comes to that, a pretty patient guy when it comes to that. And so I've been meeting with people down here in Vegas during the summer league. I've met with people back in Sacramento, and when the time's right, we'll make a hire, and we feel confident that there'll be good coaches that will come in and do just as good a job as the coaches that are left.
Your draft pick is Devin Carter. We didn't get a chance to talk to you about him, but obviously getting him, what you see that he can add, but also how much do you think his rookie season can be stunted by this injury?
He's young enough to where it's not necessarily going to hurt or harm his career. We're going to be patient with him. We want this thing to be 100% back to normal, and so there's no rush on it. He may not have opportunity to win Rookie of the Year or be on the first or second team All Rookie because he may not play enough games. I don't know, but he's going to work his tail off. We feel like the doctors and our training staff are top notch, and so he's going to do his part by working his tail off and getting out on the floor as soon as he can. And when that happens, we'll go from there. But there's plenty of time for him to get acclimated and start the trajectory upwards. So there's no concern.
Is there much he can take from being around this group in the summertime?
100%. Yeah. We're talking terminology. He's watching how we play because there are a lot of things that we're doing right now in the summer that we're going to have carry over come training camp and regular season. So for him to sit around or to be around our guys, to be around our coaches, to be around shoot-arounds, practices, and games right now is an invaluable learning experience for him to help him get ahead of a little bit because he will be out.
And obviously, DeRozan is the big piece for this summer already. I mean, what was your reaction when you guys landed him, and just how do you see him fitting in?
Obviously, you're extremely excited. He's a veteran guy that's seen a lot of different defenses thrown his way. Not only defenses, he's been in a lot of different situations. He's a closer, and he's just a great human being. And so to have that addition to your team, it should definitely take us to another level. And I'm looking forward to it now. One player is not necessarily going to move the needle all by himself. It's going to take a collective effort, so we all have to use the summer to get better in order to enhance our chances as well.
How well do you feel like he fits into your offense? 0.5 seconds, making quick decisions and moving the ball.
He'll fit in great. When we play against him during the regular season, I don't get a chance to really study an individual player. You watch as a head coach. I watch one game, sometimes 2 games of our upcoming opponent. And you're watching the whole team. You're watching how they play offensively, how they play defensively. And while you're doing that, you're watching that player a little bit. And so then you're trying to take away what you may deem are his strengths. And not a ton of, now you can't take them all away because the games come so quick, but 1 or 2 things. After watching him extensively, he likes to bring the ball up the floor. He can bring the ball up the floor. He can initiate the offense when he brings it up the floor. He can play pick and roll. He can play the DHO game. And so these are all things that we do within our offense. Our 1 through 4 are interchangeable, so he may bring it at times. Because our 1 through 4 are interchangeable, he may be in pick and rolls at times. He may be playing DHO with Domas at times. And so all the tools you can see, all the skill set things are there for him to fit in extremely well with what we want to do. One thing he may have to get a little used to in time is, we try to play fast after every make and every miss, but not just get the ball up the court, but be in position to get the ball up in the court, but also get right into our flow right away. And that may take a little bit of adjustment or a little bit of time for him to adjust to, but other than that, I think he's going to fit in extremely well.
Last year you talked about your team not really being experienced with dealing with expectations. How much do you feel like adding DeRozan really helps with that?
I think it helps a ton because here's a guy at the end of the game that is used to closing games, used to having the ball in his hands and making big shots, no matter what type of defenses he faces. And so to be able to have a guy like that to take some of that pressure off of Foxy is going to be very beneficial for us all. It gives you an added confidence, not only when you're walking into the arena looking to your left or your right, knowing that DeMar DeRozan's walking in the same color uniform, but also knowing that if it's a tight ball game, there are different ways we can close it, offensively especially.
Do you look at him as more of a 2 or a 3?
Yeah, that's a great question. It's always for me the 2, the 3, and at times the 4, and they're the same. They're just wings, and it's more okay. Who does this or that player match up with better on the defense end of the floor? But you can call him the 2, you call him the 3, you call him the 4 at times, but he's more 2, 3, 3, 2, I guess. Just based on his size.
He's so unique in the sense that his game has evolved so much over the 34, now 35 years every step. Like, do you see him being that same DeMar DeRozan role that he's played before, or because he's become such a a playmaker and developed the three a little bit more? Do you see him kind of playing something different than what we've known before?
No, so one of the things that that I like is, everybody's hitting me with, well, he doesn't shoot the three as well, he doesn't take as many threes. The thing about it is, if you're going to shrink off of him with our movement and all that stuff, when that ball gets to his hands, he's good enough to eat up the space. He's good enough to eat up the space, to get to spots, to knock down 15-foot shots. So I'm not concerned about that. And then the reality of it is, if you have to face a set defense all the time by running particular play sets, it can be harder to score. And the way we play, we feel like our pace is really good in the full court. It's also pretty good in the half court. And so with that movement, that quick movement, now he may not always be catching with the defense set. He's catching on the move, not just with him on the move, with other bodies on the move as well, which can cause confusion. And so I think, our style will really enhance his abilities. I don't know if he's going to average 25 that he's been averaging the last 3 or 4 years, or maybe his whole career, but we feel like his effectiveness or his efficiency could even go up because of the way that we play offensively, especially.
And having Malik back, I know the question we get all the time from people is how he fits in now. Does he want to let it known that he wants to start from day one as he got here? How do you just see him being kind of accelerating from what you've had previous with Malik?
Well, the first thing is, you love the fact that he wanted to be here. That's first and foremost. And not only that, you love the fact that he's embraced the city just like they've embraced him. And then he's competitive. You want people on your team that are competitive. I wouldn't be happy with anybody if they were just okay sitting back accepting a role that I told them that they're in. Everybody wants to be the best. It's just like our coaches. If you're the 7th assistant, I wouldn't be happy if you sat here and said, okay, I want to be the 7th assistant the rest of my time here. You want somebody that has a growth mindset and is willing to take on challenges that come with more responsibility. So I applaud Malik for that. Like I said, I applaud the city for loving him the way that they do. But at the end of the day, whatever's best for the team, which is what he said on many occasions, is what he's going to do. And I've coached. The good part about me, if there is one in this situation, is I've coached 2 Hall of Famers that could have started for anybody but came off the bench, and Andre Iguodala and Manu Ginobili. And you talk about between those 2 guys, I think they have 8 total championships. 7 of the championships might have been won when they were 6 men. So to have somebody as dynamic as Andre Iguodala, as Manu Ginobili, as Malik Monk coming off the bench and embracing their role, because that may be best for the team, is second to none. That can help propel you to heights that a lot of people don't understand. And so, like I said, I love Malik's competitiveness, but in the same breath, I love the fact that he said he's going to do whatever is best for the team. And so we'll see what happens when training camp comes.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, guys.